So, since starting my journey as a self-taught music producer, I fell into some traps that cost me over $696 and at the same time slowed my progress heavily. So today I thought that I would share what was the best spend of my money, what yielded the most results for me, and also the 3 worst decisions that I made that was a complete waste of my money. Thank you Focusrite for sponsoring this video, but more on them later. So what was a good spend of my money? Splice. I know it's a controversial opinion, but let me share my experience. This is the very first thing that I bought after the DAW, as per Kaigo's advice on his monthly course that I took, and I never had to buy any other sample packs since then. They have everything you need, from samples to presets, plugins, and vocals. They have a lot. They even have courses if you didn't know, depending on which plan you chose. I use it for literally all my songs and I love it. Every time I start a production session, it's a ritual. I open my DAW, Spotify for reference tracks, and Splice. That's it. I honestly never regretted that one and I still pay for it myself to this day. Now the next thing was online courses. I took a few by Monthly, which is now called Studio. I took the one by Kaigo, Blanks, Her, and Casey Neistat, not even just for music stuff. The one with Kaigo is actually how I started music production. So like on day 1 or maybe day 15 of starting music production, I took the course and it helped me to jumpstart my journey real fast and avoid a lot of beginner mistakes. I truly believe in the saying that says invest in yourself, not in plugins, VSTs, or extra gear that you don't need just yet. As I was saying, I took a bunch of courses on Monthly, which is now Studio, but I also took a lot of courses on Instagram and YouTube growth, copywriting, filmmaking, not just music, everything else related. I just think online courses are just one of the best things ever. I didn't go to school for any of those things, so all I know and the reason why I do what I do today is all due to me taking online courses. And speaking about online courses, if you are interested in becoming a full-time music creator like myself, my course Music Creator is about to open the enrollments for cohort 2, so I'll leave a link in the description if you want to join. Now that being said, if you want an introduction to it before committing to the big course, I made a 2-hour live masterclass back in November, which you can now watch for free. Now, speaking about extra gear that you don't need yet, there is one piece of gear that has been a game changer for me. It's the first piece of gear that I bought and it was an audio interface, specifically the Scarlett 2i2 by Focusrite. I was struggling at the time with performance, sound quality when producing, and it helped my computer output better sound and handle bigger projects, which was a massive help for me because as soon as I was, using 5 Serum instances or whatever, it was starting to crackle, to give some artifacts, and it was just horrible to produce with, but the audio interface really helped with all that. Speakers, keyboard, all that stuff, you can buy it later, it's not necessary when you get started. So the only piece of gear that I would really recommend is the Scarlett 2i2 audio interface. So far I had the 3rd generation, but the team at Focusrite sent me the 4th generation to try it out, and I was pleasantly surprised. As soon as you plug in the interface, it sends you to the Easy Start web page, and after registering your product, you download the drivers and it does the update on its own. It was a super easy and fast setup. The main upgrade I love compared to the 3rd gen is that this one comes with a built-in loopback function, which makes my life 1,000 times easier. If you saw my video on how to record your DAW screen with audio, I was saying that I had to pay for Loopback, a extra software for $99 in order to bounce the audio from my DAW to the recording software. Well, now with this 4th generation, I don't need it because it has it built in. Then for the other upgrades, the 4th generation comes with an auto gain and clip save functions so that you don't have to worry about your volume levels. It also has extended gain and dynamic range, re-engineered air modes, and a new headphone amplifier. When comparing both back and forth, I did feel that the sound quality was clearer, so that was amazing. And finally, a little bonus, it comes with a lot of extra softwares such as Addictive Keys, Massive, Autotune, and the Red 2 and 3 plugin suite so that you can go straight to recording and producing some music. So if you'd like to get the Scarlett 2i2 4th gen for yourself, there will be a link in the description. Now back to the video. Alright, so making music is cool, but getting it heard by other listeners is even cooler. For that, you need to distribute your music on platforms and you need to promote it. Music promotion is very time consuming, and if you're anything like me, you hate doing that. So the route that I usually use is to do label releases. This way, they do all the heavy promotion, you just watch your streams goes up. And so to find and submit to labels, I've been using a tool since day one called Label Radar, and this tool is genius. It's a tool that has a pool of labels, and you can just like check what genre they're interested in, what genre they want to release, and you just, in a few clicks, submit your song, and then they'll tell you if they want to release it or not. You can even send your song to the main pool of all the labels, and labels listen to your song. You don't even have to submit to them, they just listen to your track if they encounter it, and then if they want to release it, they contact you. It's amazing. Now, by using Label Radar to easily sign my songs, I was able to get a foot in the door of the labels industry by starting to release with small labels, then medium labels, etc., etc. It helped me build my network as well, and it helps me build my audience on Spotify, just simply put. I signed 6 songs on Label Radar and only had great experiences so far, so to this day I still use it anytime that I have a new song ready to release. Now onto the good stuff, my worst decisions, because one was really stupid, so please don't judge me, okay? So when I started as a beginner self-taught music producer, I did the same thing as everyone else. I googled what is the best way to learn music production, what DAW should I use, and I learned that FL Studio was the best DAW. Wrong. The best DAW is the DAW that works for you. And if you don't try it, you can't know if it works for you. By not trying it, I bought the producer version, which is $269. And less than a year after, I ended up switching DAW because I didn't like it. So I wasted $269. So don't rush just yet. Try a couple different ones, use their free trial versions. Most of them have them. Now that being said, SoundBridge has a free version and a monthly subscription, which is the best way to try a DAW with all the paid features so that you can really check if it's the DAW for you. So you could just try it for 2 months for less than $20 and decide if it's the DAW for you or not. So just a little tip. Okay, so on to the stupid one. Here's a story for you on that one. Just after 20 days of starting music production, I decided to buy Arcade by Output. I don't really remember why, probably because it looked fancy and saw a video or something like this. Thing is, I didn't know how to use it at this time. I was so new at this stuff that I didn't understand how it was working, how to use it. So I ended up forgetting about it. I then ended up paying for it for 2 years before remembering that I had it and understood how to use it. Yeah, stupid, I know. So I basically wasted $427, and that's my whole point. When you're just starting out as a music producer, do not buy extra plugins, VSTs that you think will make you a better producer, because it doesn't work that way. First, focus on understanding how plugins work, how VSTs work, how music productions work with stock plugins and VSTs. Then when you feel like you're at the limit, that you explored everything that you could, then yeah, buy some more to have some more choices and be able to experiment and explore a little bit more, but not before that. It became a rule for me, by the way. I haven't bought anything since Serum, which I bought on April 6, 2021, so it's been a while. That being said, Arcade is a great VST. I just needed to know how to use it, and now that I know, I use it pretty much on all my productions. It's great. Alright, the last one was starting to post on Instagram. Now bear with me, I'm not sure I can fully say that I fully regret it because it allowed me to be in the position that I am in today, but it slowed my growth on YouTube heavily. If I'd start anything new from scratch today, I wouldn't bother with Instagram, I would go all in on YouTube. To me, it's a much better quality audience and community, and I enjoy it more myself. Like right now, I enjoy filming this YouTube video. After that, I need to film some Instagram Reels. I don't really feel like doing it, right? And also, I think it has a better return of investment over the long term, which to me is more important, whereas Instagram is more short term. And if we look at the stats, more than 85% of my sales or projects are coming in from YouTube. And whereas I'm technically bigger on Instagram with a bigger following. So that's why I think that YouTube would have made just so much more sense for me. And yeah, it just slowed my growth. So that could be another topic for another time. But yeah, if I would start again, I would go all in on YouTube. 100% sure. So yeah, those are my best and worst decisions as a self-taught music producer. If you wanted to grab the same audio interface that I have, the Scarlett 2i2 4th generation, there will be a link in the description to get it. But in the meantime, keep learning and I'll see you in the next one. Done!